Hi, my name is Donna Berry. I write the newsletter Daily Dose of Dairy, which is brought to you by berryondairy.com. Welcome to this presentation entitled Dairy Innovation Through the Lens of New Product Design and Packaging. I first gave this presentation at the International Dairy Deli Bakery Association conference, which was held in Orlando, Florida. This presentation was made on June 2nd, 2019. So welcome. Let's go explore some cool new dairy stuff. For starters, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. We are leading new lifestyles, so much different than just even 5 years ago. We're eating on the go, we're refueling, we're re-energizing, we're snacking all day long, we're buying our groceries online, we're doing meal kits. It's just a whole new way of preparation, of shopping, preparation, and dining. So it's critical that dairy foods manufacturers change as well in order to stay relevant. What came first, the product or the package? Well, at one point in time, it was probably the product, and then a package was created to hold it. Think fluid white milk and think that, plastic jug. Well, that no longer works. Product and package actually really need to be developed at the same time. It's so critical that the package jumps out at the consumer at the shelf and grabs their attention. And with that said, you have to recognize that the package is seen by 100% of a product's consumers, the people who buy the product. They see it, as well as potential customers. And that package has to speak to today's shopper. It has to explain what's in it, tell its story, have a connection. So many of especially our younger shoppers, think of a product as an extension of themselves. That brand has to mean something to them. And dairy foods are, they're part of this, that they have to embrace this and recognize that this is critical for moving forward. And it's so funny, but another thing that you cannot forget is that the absence of information is information. Today's consumer is good with finding out the good, the bad, and the ugly, because you know what? If you don't provide the ugly, someone else is going to fill in the blanks with something that's probably uglier. It'll be fake news. It's misinformation because you didn't give the correct information. So critical to explain to the shopper what exactly your product is, what it's about, and what your company stands for. You don't want somebody else to do that for you. Here's a really great example. It comes from the fishing industry, but these products here, they have a code on the package, and you can take that code and go to the website, or I believe there's an app, put the code in, and then all of a sudden this photo pops up of who the fisherman was, his boat, the waters that he was fishing on, of the product that you got. Can you imagine doing that with fluid milk, seeing a picture of the cow and the farmer? Beautiful story, one that today's shopper just embraces. Applegate does a great job of putting a lot of information on their package so that there's nobody, again, guessing what it's all about. Some people might think it's a little too much, a little too overwhelming, but again, they're running on the air of, hey, this is what it is. And it's got a lot of great stuff in it as well. So they are giving you the information so that nobody else can fill in the blanks. And the plant people are doing this as well. This is a Bolthouse Farm plant protein beverage. And the ingredients there's over a dozen of them, I believe. But they're saying transparency. We've promised to you to use fewer ingredients that people don't want and more of the ones they do. And they list them all there. So for whatever it's worth, this is almost that good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, it's kind of a long list, but the consumer knows exactly what they're getting and they can choose to embrace it or not. So how important is this transparency and this communication on packaging and social media and websites? It's huge. 36% of shoppers say it's extremely important, 33% say it's important. So more than 2/3 find this communication to be critical for their shopping decisions, their purchasing decisions. And if you don't provide the good, the bad, and the ugly, yeah, you're only appealing to about 2%. And it should be no surprise that those people who find this information to be so critical, online shoppers, obviously they're just a click away from finding more information and delving into descriptions of products, as well as the educated people with a little bit more money. Again, not surprising that the folks on the West are much more curious about their foods. It's always been. And of course, interesting, many generations though actually is, even though we think that the younger people are more involved in their food, it looks like it crosses all generations and all demographics. So let's delve deeper into what are the actual trends influencing product development, keeping in mind that package size, shape, materials, and graphics all influence purchase, influence perception and purchase. So vegetarian is lessitarian and flexitarian. It's not vegan. Dairy has a huge role in this movement to eat less meat, okay? Then there's gut health, probiotics and prebiotics. It is their time. People understand it, get it, and the dairy industry has a great opportunity here to innovate. Real or perceived lactose intolerance. A lot of people think they can't have lactose. A lot of people want to avoid lactose. So guess what? Remove the lactose from your product. This is a no-brainer. Then there's this need to refuel and energize, and doing it naturally. Well, dairy proteins do exactly that. And then if you combine it with like a cold brew coffee or some natural caffeine, you've got the best of both worlds. Then we have this insatiable quest for protein, and then taste equals fat, and fat is back and plans to stick around. And as I had mentioned earlier, snacking is all day long. I like this visual here. It's these 4 boxes. It's the way we used to think about product development. Coffee was one department, milk was another, protein was, meat, and probiotics was an entire department too. So why not bring these 4 different departments, these 4 different, create one product? One of my favorite products in the marketplace, Joe Froyo. It's this functional cold brew product with it's milk. It's lactose-free cultured milk, with caffeine, with probiotics, extra protein that is from the milk as well as from added protein, but bringing many attributes together into one product instead of working separately and offering consumers individual products. Here you get a lot of what they want in one bottle. So let's jump into different categories and explore them. Dairy-based beverages, and I'm going to talk pretty fast here, and you can see the examples as no surprising. I mean, coffee and milk beverages have been huge. There are the products that are going for the keto diet. They're high in fat, grass-fed coffee, MCTs, and then there are these extra strength shots, and just they're shelf stable, they're refrigerated, all kinds of sizes. Many of them with protein, some of them being sold in the produce department, some of them being sold in the dairy case, some of them even shelf stable. Shamrock Farms has this Rockin' Protein energy beverage. Again, they've been one of the forerunners in the high protein dairy space. And here they now have a product with extra protein. It's lactose free, very critical element, and then caffeine from coffee in there. So for the natural energy, it is a refrigerated product. And tea, while we haven't seen a lot of activity in this area, there's opportunity and it's starting to catch on. Milk teas, tea lattes, in different packages, different sizes, some refrigerated, some not. But look how it's described to the consumer what exactly this product is, and even this Asian influence over the IDDBA product. And then meal replacements. Very big area, dairy-based ones as well as plant-based ones, loading them up with probiotics, prebiotics, protein, omega-3s, fiber. It's a meal on the go for this snacking day part. And then protein-infused water. Dairy proteins don't have to be creamy and delicious looking. They can also be clear and thirst-quenching looking. Moving on to milk. So yes, so Fairlife jumps out you in the middle here. I mean, they've done such a fabulous job with their package design, and now we see some additional value-added products. But then there's also this this trend towards lactose-free, as well as adding probiotics for healthy digestion. And then here you see Organic Valley offers many options. They have a lactose-free line, they have a grass milk line, something for everyone. And then the protein fortified products, again, here's Horizon Organics option, and then Dairy Gold. Really love how they call the word fit out or the word protein out, really putting the emphasis on what is the value of this product. And as you can see, they're lactose free. And then there's these premium flavored milk products that are pretty much going after an adult consumer. The True Moo product, I mean, look at this, vanilla and chai spice, dark chocolate, salted caramel, Mexican style chocolate. It's got a little bit of kick and heat to it. This Slate canned product is less sugar, more protein in a can. Instead of grabbing a Coke or a Diet Coke, why not grab one of these indulgent, delicious flavored milks geared towards the adult palate? And the Snickers and Twix products, well, I mean, I guess you can call that candy bar, drinkable candy bar, but so yummy. And, you know, heck, if, you know, consume it as a dessert, it still gives you protein and calcium and the nutrients that you need. So, you know, it's drinkable dessert with perks and extra benefits. Private label products, we're seeing some indulgent milks. This is a really fun one. This is a smaller dairy in California, but lavender milk. It's cream on top. It's it's whole milk product, and it's non-homogenized. But this lavender product, oh my gosh, you have a cup of that if you warmed it up just a little bit right before your bed. Who needs the bubble bath? This is delicious, and it's so relaxing. So great, you know, great way to introduce milk into new uses and different occasions and get the consumer excited. Flavored creamers, making them look very indulgent in glass bottles instead of paperboard containers. You know, here are two different examples of that. And Prairie Farms recently repositioned their single-serve milks into a new type of package, a new type of bottle with a full sleeve, really putting the emphasis on the protein. It's what jumps out at you in the middle there. And then these limited editions, occasional products that are geared towards different holidays with different flavors, really creates this urgency to purchase for shoppers. Here are some that came out over the Christmas holiday. You can see that it's no longer just eggnog. Now there's sugar cookie milk and drinkable custard. Shadow Dairy out of Kansas City, wow, they have done just a fabulous job. They actually really have created this a base of consumers in the area who hear about a new product and will really line up to buy it. No kidding. They will just produce maybe like 10,000 bottles of a new flavor and make a big deal with it with the local media and, you know, grocery stores that maybe open up at 6 in the morning and they know that it's going to be delivered that day. It has happened. The shoppers actually line up because they want to make sure that they get it. I mean, the most recent introduction was this red raspberry product in the middle, but you can see where they have created products that are bottles designed for different sporting events, and heck, even the Eclipse. And these bottles have become collector's items. So again, there's this cult following to purchasing the product. I mean, how cool is that? Whoever would have thought that milk would become a collectible, or milk bottles? Here are some more products that have been connected with different sporting events, or, you know, bringing eggnog to another holiday. And then, of course, dairies doing non-dairy products. This is an example of HP Hood's product, Planet Oat Milk. Moving on to cheese. So yeah, cheese is everywhere. We're eating more cheese than ever before in more different ways with more different accompaniments. So exciting, so many different packages, so many different options. This is just a sampling. And here's some more. Here are these are a little bit, some of these are a little bit more higher end. The spicy berry bite is pepper jack cheese, a Marionberry spread, and multi-grain crackers. So something a little bit more for the adult palate. And then you could just see different packages for some products that we're used to. I mean, we have now a spreadable Laughing Cow. We have these delicious flavored curds in this multi-serve package from Dutch Farms. And then shreds or shavings of cheese in a much more elegant package or cup than we have seen in the past. And then cheese for cooking. Here's like a fondue type product. And then grilling cheeses, these non-melt cheeses that you could put onto the outdoor grill. I recently wrote about this and I described it as the other non-meat being grilled this summer. So it's not just these, alternative meats and these meat analogs that are available for the grill, but grilling cheese, huge opportunity there. And at the beginning, I showed that fish example of tying it back to the farmer. Here's a great example of Craig's Creamery. It's part of Dairy Farmers of America. You can see smack in the middle, it says local New York, high quality milk. And on the website, you can actually see the farmers who are contributing to the milk supply to make these cheeses. Moving on to desserts. One of the biggest opportunities for dairy, and has been for a while, seems to come and go, and seems like there's a little more activity here. You can see some parfait type products, protein bites. This cannoli chips and dip is a really cool concept. It's like cannoli filling in the top, a ricotta based with cannoli chips on the bottom, so a grab and go, super cool. And then yogurt. I think most of us have heard by now that yogurt sales have been down, probably simply because the excitement of Greek yogurt kind of stabilized. But there's a lot of opportunity here for innovation. Here you can see yogurt in squeeze packages. It makes yogurt now a condiment or a dessert topping. And here is yogurt for kids, fortified with critical nutrients that they need, as well as less sugar. And then in many forms of packaging to appeal to younger and then older kids. Chobani is doing something similar with the Gimmies line. And then here's some stuff, some yogurt products for little kids, and then interactive products for youngsters. But the organic, Stonyfield organic snack pack, an adult can enjoy that as well. And then here, this Quaker Go kit, basically a morning packet to go, has a little cup of yogurt in it. And then this breakfast bowl, this is actually a UK product. It's frozen. It's got these pellets of Greek yogurt along with whole fruit muesli. And you could take it out of the freezer the night before, put it in the fridge to thaw, or in the morning microwave it just for a little bit, and then you have a great breakfast bowl. And then, of course, these glass bottles, or glass jars, I should say, have really elevated yogurt to a whole new level, making it a premium product, a dessert, an indulgent item. And then there's many varied new innovations that are going on in the Greek category. We have unsweetened products, dual compartment products, no added sugar. And Ellie has done a great job. This is actually Quark, which is actually a fresh cheese, but Ellie Complete, where the dome on the top of this package has enough additional add-ins to really boost the protein content, as well as add omega-3s to this little meal on the go. Again, the fact that snacking is here and it's here to stay. Oh, and just some, really highly functional, targeted products, grass-fed, probiotics, whole milk, some products for the keto diet, products for low glycemic index. And then, of course, dairy is getting into the non-dairy space. Lots of activity there. Consumers have really expressed the fact, as have retailers, that there is a lot of confidence in getting a non-dairy product from a dairy manufacturer because they know what they're doing. And then pouches. Great opportunity to expand into this. You know, in the U.S., pouches tend to seem to be a kid's package, but why not turn it into a very convenient grab and go, powerful, product to squeeze into your mouth. One of my favorite packages. This is actually a patented design where this yogurt product on the bottom has this tube, so to say, tied around the neck of the package, where you pull it off, pour it into the shake, shake it up, and you then get the benefits of nuts and seeds and oats all on the go. Absolutely delicious. Cultured dairy foods, really quick to wrap things up here. You could see the cream cheese in different formats and flavors. This is a squeeze product, but all of a sudden, I happen to love steak topped with blue cheese. Well, now this is a cream cheese with some blue cheese in it and other seasonings that are appealing on a steak. There's a product designed for poultry, a product designed for fish. These pickle dips, really cool concept where it combines almost like a hummus type product with a cream cheese type product, and then brings this whole trend in fermented flavors to the snacking table. And then cottage cheese, the original high protein dairy snack. Many varieties out there with fruit blended in, with fruit in the top, with a side component, and really a lot of opportunity for innovation in cottage cheese. And here's a few other spin-offs. We have kefir in a dome type product. We have a high protein, a functional nutrition yogurt, and then ricotta cheese with a sidecar of different mix-ins. Here's a packet, a refrigerated package. It comes with crackers, energy bar, and then a smooth cottage cheese dip that's seasoned. Butter and ghee, we're going to end up here. I said fat is back, and it really is. Here are some cool, innovative, flavored butter products in smaller sizes, so that you can maybe explore more, or have a few more options. Here, Epicurean Butter does these 1 ounce pouches that give the opportunity for retailers, especially if they're putting together, a tray of salmon with a side, to cook at home, and then you throw in a packet of this. The shopper doesn't need to go to the butter aisle or the condiment aisle. It's already there. It can also be added into, in the bagel department. Give a lot of opportunity here to add butter into places that butter goes great, and it saves the shopper the need to have to walk over to the butter case. Some seasoned butters by Medley. These are portioned out, so it's easy. You plop one in the pan and cook up your food. And then I mentioned ghee. It's a clarified butter. It's actually a shelf-stable product. So much of the moisture is removed, water is removed from the product. It's so dense, does not require refrigeration, and comes in different flavors and varieties, and has been really appealing to the keto dieter that is looking for these high-fat add-ins to their daily diet. So that's all I have for you. So thank you very much. Hopefully you have gained some insights, really, and you've seen the different packaging, how it's so important that package and product are co-developed at the same time. If you want to continue to get some great ideas for your dairy products innovations, please go to berryondairy.com and sign up for your daily dose. Thank you very much.